Hi friends, today it's Earth Day and we're going to be thinking like an scientist. We're going to read some nonfiction and after we're reading, we're going to report on some of the things that we read and we're going to try to sound like an expert, a scientist. So in our reading strategies, we're thinking like the character, we put ideas for the character, and so today we're thinking about nonfiction, real information, and like a scientist. So the first piece I'm going to share with you, because you recycle. All right, so here's our cover. I can see two young kids, and they have a pile of newspaper, and they have this container with them. And the title again is Because You Recycle, and it's written by Harriet Rosenblum. Okay, so this is realistic, it's real, it's not fantasy. And when we're done, we're going to try to sound like an expert. Because you recycle. Our focus question is, what is recycling and what could be made from recycled things? Sometimes the things you recycle become the same things. And so I'm going to look at my pictures closely. I have a soda can, I have newspaper, and a plastic bag. So I'm looking very carefully at my pictures because I'm thinking like a scientist. So sometimes the things you recycle become new things. Like what? Newspaper can become kitty litter. Paper can become toilet paper. Steel can become bicycle parts. Plastic bottles can become jackets. Plastic jugs can become tables. Glass can become kitchen counters. Cardboard can become paper bags. All because you recycle. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to sound like an expert. So I've learned some things from here. When we recycle, you can make things that are the same or it can become something new. So that's the information I gathered from this book. Now I want to sound like an expert about recycling. So I'm going to find a page and I'm going to read it. Newspaper can become kitty litter. I'm going to try another page. Ooh, I like this one. Steel can become bicycle parts. So that's how we can sound like an expert or a scientist. I'm using the words that the author used in the book. I have another story here, or a book, Wiggly Worms. And this, too, is non-fiction. And it's written by Cheryl Reifensnyder. Wiggly Worms. And this book is a little longer. It starts with a table of contents. And I see the worm. Small animals, big changes. Do you know about earthworms? These small animals change the soil in big ways. Earthworm bodies. And I'm just going to focus on this page. And I'm going to try to sound like an expert after reading this about earthworm bodies. Okay, so I'm going to look at this picture carefully. I notice there's a lot of little words pointing to my worm. This part is called the saddle. He has a little mouth, head end, tail end, and he has rings. Before stretching out to move, after stretching out to move. The body of an earthworm is made up of many parts. Each part is shaped like a ring. Each part can bend and stretch. Earthworms move by stretching and pulling their bodies. So I can ask myself a question. How do earthworms move? Earthworms move by stretching and pulling their bodies. I sounded like an expert. How about another question I can ask myself? How is each part of the body shaped? Each part is shaped like a ring. Okay, let's turn the page. Let's see what else we have. This one is titled Slimy Worms. Slime on a worm's skin. Slime trail on a log. Earthworms are slimy. The slime helps keep earthworms cool and wet. It also helps earthworms slide through soil. After worms mate, a ball of slime forms. The slime dries into a cocoon. Baby worms come out of the cocoon. So I can ask myself another question. How does slime help a worm? The slime helps keep earthworms cool and wet. Slime helps earthworms slide through soil. Okay. Earthworm behavior. That's how they act. Earthworms build long tunnels underground. The tunnels keep worms away from heat and sunlight. They also help earthworms hide from hungry animals. Why do earthworms build long tunnels? Tunnels keep earthworms away from heat and sunlight. Tunnels help earthworms hide from hungry animals. So I'm using the words that the author gave me to help me sound like a scientist or an expert on worms. And by asking those questions to myself, I can practice. Earthworms come out at night to look for food. Some people call them night crawlers. Earthworms eat dead leaves and plants. What do earthworms eat? Earthworms eat dead leaves and plants. When do earthworms come out for food? Earthworms come out at night to look for food. Earthworms are good for the soil. Farmers love earthworms. Earthworms make space in the soil. The space helps plants get what they need to grow. Earthworm waste helps plants grow big and strong. Why do farmers love earthworms? Earthworms make space in the soil. They help plants get what they need to grow. The earthworm's waste helps plants grow big and strong. And waste here meaning when they go to the bathroom. Okay. Wanted earthworms. So here we have a mole, a shrew, and a toad all make meals of worms. So I'm going to read this little caption so I can become even more knowledgeable, getting more information. Wanted earthworms. Many animals love to eat earthworms. Oh, here's another good picture with a caption. An earthworm pokes its head out of its hole. Earthworms are small, but they have a big job. Earthworms help plants grow. What job does earthworms have? Earthworms help plants grow. And then here's my glossary. This tells me, because I want to know more about earthworms, I can go to this back page called the glossary, and it has all of these words: a cocoon, a mate, slimy, soil, tunnels, and waste. By learning these words, I can become even more knowledgeable about earthworms. Wiggly worms. All right, I'm going to attach both of these books to our link today, and I want you to practice asking yourself questions so you can practice sounding like an expert either about recycling or worms. All right.